The Strange Disappearance of D.B. Cooper. On a turbulent November night in 1971, an unassuming man pulled off the only unsolved air piracy act in commercial aviation history. This isn't just a tale of theft, it's a masterclass in audacity and mystery. This is the enigma of D.B. Cooper, the man who vanished without a trace, leaving behind a trail of questions and a legend that has baffled experts for over 5 decades. Did D.B. Cooper survive his perilous leap into the frigid darkness, orchestrating the perfect crime? Or did the vast wilderness of the Pacific Northwest swallow him whole? Let's delve deep into this captivating mystery. The skyjacking event, November 24, 1971, Thanksgiving Eve. Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 prepares for its routine 30-minute journey from Portland to Seattle. Among the 36 passengers is a man in his mid-40s, cloaked in a black raincoat, wearing a business suit with a black tie and mother-of-pearl tie clip. He carries only a black attaché case. He purchases a one-way ticket under the name Dan Cooper, a detail later misreported as D.B. Cooper due to a press miscommunication. Shortly after takeoff, he orders a bourbon and soda paid in cash and lights a cigarette, a common practice before in-flight smoking bans. At approximately 2:50 p.m., he hands a note to flight attendant Florence Schaffner. Assuming it's a lonely businessman's phone number, she slips it into her pocket. Cooper leans toward her and whispers, "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." The note details his demands: $200,000 in negotiable American currency, 4 parachutes, 2 primary and 2 reserve, and a fuel truck standing by in Seattle to refuel the aircraft. The cash, equivalent to over $1.28 million today, was to be delivered in $20 bills. The pilots inform air traffic control, prompting an urgent response. The FBI scrambles to assemble the ransom, meticulously recording serial numbers for future tracking. Meanwhile, Cooper displays the bomb, a tangle of red cylinders and wires, to Schaffner, asserting his seriousness. The ransom and release. At 5:39 p.m., Flight 305 lands in Seattle under the cloak of darkness. Cooper deftly negotiates the release of all passengers in exchange for the money and parachutes, retaining only the flight crew: Captain William Scott, Flight Attendant Tina Mucklow, First Officer William Raditzak, and Flight Engineer Harold Anderson. The mysterious jump. Cooper outlines his flight plan: a southeast course toward Mexico City at the minimum airspeed possible without stalling, approximately 115 knots, and an altitude no higher than 10,000 feet. He specifies that the landing gear remain deployed, wing flaps set at 15 degrees, and the cabin remain unpressurized. At around 8 p.m., as the 727 traverses the dark skies over southwestern Washington, a warning light indicates the aft air stair has been activated. The crew's offer of assistance is curtly declined by Cooper. At approximately 8:13 p.m., the aircraft experiences a sudden upward movement, believed to be the moment Cooper leaps into the abyss, cash strapped to his body, parachute deployed. The FBI investigation. Codenamed Norjack for Northwest hijacking, the FBI initiates one of the most extensive investigations in its history. Over 800 suspects are considered within the first 5 years. The search area spans the remote wilderness of the Pacific Northwest. Dense forests, rugged terrain, and treacherous weather conditions complicate efforts. Physical evidence is scant: a black clip-on tie recovered from the seat, 8 filter-tipped Raleigh cigarette butts, later lost, and 66 unidentified latent fingerprints. Despite exhaustive efforts, no conclusive evidence emerges. Uncovering clues. In 1980, a significant break occurs when 8-year-old Brian Ingram discovers 3 bundles of cash totaling $5,880 on the banks of the Columbia River near Tena Bar, downstream from Vancouver, Washington. The bills, disintegrated but still bundled in rubber bands, match the ransom money's serial numbers. This discovery raises perplexing questions. How did the money end up miles from the projected flight path? Did the river transport the cash, or did Cooper intentionally bury it? The sediment analysis at the site suggests the money was deposited years after the hijacking, further deepening the mystery. Suspects and theories. Among the myriad of suspects, several stand out. Richard Floyd McCoy, arrested for a similar hijacking months later, bears striking operational similarities. However, discrepancies in physical descriptions and an alibi for Thanksgiving 1971 weaken the case against him. Kenneth Christensen, a former paratrooper and mechanic for Northwest Airlines, matches some physical descriptions. His brother later claims Kenneth confessed on his deathbed, but concrete evidence is lacking. Notably, theories suggest Dan Cooper was taken from a Belgian comic series about a Royal Canadian Air Force test pilot named Dan Cooper, popular in Europe but not circulated in the US. This hints at possible military or international connections. Some experts posit that Cooper was an experienced skydiver familiar with the 727's unique aft stairway, a feature relatively unknown to the general public but utilized by special forces during the Vietnam War. However, others argue that his choice of equipment, jumping in loafers and a trench coat, rejecting the superior military parachute in favor of a non-steerable civilian model, indicates a lack of expertise. Cultural impact. D.B. Cooper's audacious feat permeates popular culture, inspiring films like The Pursuit of D.B. Cooper and songs such as Safe and Sound by Capital Cities. His escape becomes a symbol of anti-establishment rebellion during a tumultuous era marked by Vietnam War protests and societal change. In response to the hijacking, the FAA mandates new security measures, including the installation of Cooper vanes, mechanical aerodynamic wedges that prevent the aft stairs from being lowered mid-flight. This innovation effectively ends the era of aerial hijackings via aft staircases. Recent developments. Advances in forensic technology reignite interest. In 2007, the tie left on the plane is re-examined using electron microscopy, revealing rare earth elements like titanium and cerium, materials used in the aerospace industry, suggesting Cooper may have worked in a metal fabrication or chemical manufacturing environment. Citizen sleuths, leveraging the internet's collaborative power, analyze weather patterns, flight data, and historical records. Websites and forums meticulously dissect every available piece of evidence, proposing new theories and keeping the mystery alive in the digital age. In 2016, the FBI officially suspends the active investigation, reallocating resources but leaving the case open for any emergent credible leads. Over half a century later, the legend of D.B. Cooper endures, a testament to one of the most intriguing unsolved cases in American history. Did he outsmart the authorities and live out his days in obscurity, or did the treacherous leap seal his fate? The lack of definitive evidence leaves the door open to endless speculation. Perhaps the allure lies not in finding the answers, but in embracing the mystery itself. In a world now thoroughly mapped and understood, Cooper's vanishing act reminds us that some frontiers remain unexplored. What are your theories on the fate of D.B. Cooper? Share your insights in the comments below, and let's unravel this mystery together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into history's greatest enigmas.